Aslama, Lotfi SAIBI, je suis directeur de 4D Leadership House. باش نحكي اليوم على l'intervention نتاعي في Tunisian Digital Summit qui aura lieu le 11 mai. Donc avant de démarrer, نحب نقول للناس الكل c'est toute personne qui s'intéresse في ce qui est digital, سواء des individus ou des professionnels, يخموا في البارتيسيباسيون فيها على خاطر حاجه très très intéressante. انا je vais parler de l'axe stratégie et leadership. خاطر توا نحكيو برشا على ترانسفورماسيون ديجيتال، ولات حاجه الناس الكل تحكي عليها لانها حاجه مهمه ياسر pour le survie de l'entreprise dans 5-10 ans. لكن الحاجه اللي pas assez de monde يحكيو عليها اللي هي quelle stratégie pour réussir cette transformation digitale. Et في وسط الاستراتيجي هذيك تو راح نشوفوا كونه زاد اللي سكي لو كوتي هيومان، لخاطر نحكيو كيما العاده على لي تكنولوجي كوم اكس امبورتون اللي هو باش نشوفوه سي با فريمون لي تكنولوجي اللي هي مي سي بلوتو تو سكي ديفلوبمون هيومان اي ليدرشيب اللي هو سي نجم تقول بريمورديال في الريوسيت دو لا استراتيجي ديجيتال. الور كو فما باش نقول حاجه اخرى كونه هذه التونيجيان ديجيتال سامت ان غراند بارتي منها باش تبدا بريزونتي اون انجلي. اي قلت ناخذ فرصه انا اليوم نحكي على السوجي هذا اون انجلي اي بوركوا با على خاطر سي فريمون سانتيريس à la transformation digitale, il faut au moins maîtriser la langue de Shakespeare. C'est la langue اللي هي باش تسهل لنا cette transformation. So in terms of first of all, what is digital transformation? Let me just, I don't want to say too much because I want people to come in on the 11th, but I can tell you what it's not. Digital transformation is not technological transformation. It's something entirely different. We can be successful in transforming our company technologically speaking, but still fail in terms of strategy. First and foremost, we would have to think about what does the world that we live in look like in 5 years or in 10 years. I consider whatever business I'm in, and then I try to work backwards. Developing a strategy for digital transformation requires us to deal with strategy development in a different way, in a probably a unique way. Where in the past, whatever strategy we look to develop, we see the tools that we have, the objectives that we set for ourselves, and then we plan, we strategize how to get to that objective. In other words, that strategy will not work for a digital transformation because the tools that you have today will be obsolete in 5 to 10 years. So let me put it in context. In 2000 or 1998, 99, 2000, I can imagine that the people who thought about Facebook and Google and Amazon in terms of developing a strategy for those companies. They didn't have Google and Facebook and Amazon to develop their strategy. So what they did instead, they closed their eyes, they imagined this world 5 or 10 years from now where people interact with each other across the world and share photos and news of each other, buy and sell on the internet. And then they said, great, so this is what the world will look like. And now let's put a strategy working backwards. So what does that mean for someone today with a startup or a company, what we call a brick and mortar, a classic company? It means that first I have to think of my business model. What will my business model look like in 5 to 10 years? I cannot develop my business model unless I know who my client is in 5 to 10 years. What will my client want in 5 or 10 years? You see, that's why it's important to be a visionary. And that brings me to the other point, the other essential part of succeeding leadership. You need someone at the top of the pyramid who is a visionary, a digital visionary, like Mark Zuckerberg was, or Bill Gates, or Steve Jobs. They imagined what the world would look like when everyone had a smartphone, before they even had smartphones. They imagined what the world would look like when people instantly can chat with each other and share news and photos and videos halfway around the world before we even had that technology. And so for a business owner, so you need to develop a business model based on what your client looks like in 5 years. What does the client want? Is the client going to come to your store and shop? Or will the client, let's look at e-commerce. What will e-commerce look like in 5 years? Is it simply click and buy? Or is it simply click and then come to the store and pick up your product? That's going to be driven by a competitor also. So now we have a business model, we have the market, which is comprised of a client and a competition. That means developing a competitive edge, a competitive advantage, a digital competitive advantage. And here, part of a strategy is to get away from the fact that you say, well, we have a website, we have a LinkedIn account, we have a page Facebook. That's technology. Each of those is working separately. Putting them together to work, to answer the needs of that client, to create a competitive advantage, that's digital transformation. So going from here to there is that transformation that needs to take place. Like any transformation, today we need to take a diagnostics of what our company looks like today. Not only from a technology point of view, do I have access to software? Do I have access to platforms? But also from the human point of view, will the competences that I have today answer the question that I have for 5 years? Do I need to develop competencies? Do I need to train people? And that's an answer, that's a part that most people ignore until they get going. And then they realize not only do they not have the competencies, but there is sort of a resentment and unwillingness to participate in this transformation. And there are hundreds of thousands of cases where digital transformations that were well-intentioned, well-studied, well-financed, and well-planned have failed. Because the leaders, the visionary leaders, have forgotten about the human part. And that is selling the idea of that digital transformation to the people who are going to be transforming the day-to-day of your company. So just to recap this, digital transformation is not technology transformation. Digital transformation is more about what strategy to follow. And in that strategy, it's not enough to just have a vision. It's not enough to just have a strategy. It's not enough to just have the technology. It is all of them working together, step by step, to make that transformation successful. I will be talking a lot more about this in detail and in given even specific cases on May 11th at the Sheraton Hotel at the Tunisian Digital Summit. So I'd love to see you all sign up and join us. Thank you.